Hello everyone, welcome to day 19th of March Lead Code Challenge, and today's question is keys and rooms. So as usual, let's go through the question together. In this question, you are given n rooms starting from 0 till n minus 1. So the number of elements in a 2D matrix identifies the count of n, and for each value in this matrix is an array itself, which tells us the keys that are present in that room. So using that keys, you can open the corresponding rooms, and we need to return true if it is possible to enter every room. If it is not, then we need to return false. So let's try and understand this example. So let's mark the indexes. This is 0 index, this is 1 index, this is 2 index, and this is 3 index. From where you can start from the 0th index, that means the 0th room itself. You go to that room, and which key did you find there? You found the key for room 1, index 1. So you can go to room 1 now using this key. So you go to this room, and there you found the key for index 2. That means you can go to room with index 2, which is this, and from here we got the key for room 3 with index 3. So you can go in the last room, and what you observed is that we are able to visit all the rooms starting from 0 up till the third room. That means we have to return true since we are able to visit every room. Had there been a case where one room would have left out, we would have returned false from there. So let's try and understand this example as well, but let's keep it for the presentation part. Moving on to the presentation. So we have done similar kind of questions in the past, and I hope you'll be able to solve this question by yourself. The approach that we'll follow is a basic BFS or DFS1. Whatever you're comfortable writing, you can go for it. It's not a very hard question. Just try and think about the problem. You just need to check whether you are able to visit all the indexes in your array or not. If you are able to visit all the indexes, that means you have to return true. If there are some rooms that are left or some indices that are left, you need to return false from there. So this is example 2 that was specified in the question. 0th index, these room IDs, these are the room IDs. So at 0 index, there are keys for 1 and 3. At 1 index, we have 3, 0, and 1. At 2, we have 2, and for 3, we have 0 room key. So let's start the approach. I'll be solving this using the BFS approach because I feel it is more intuitive when I go with the BFS approach, but no hard feelings for DFS. We can do it with DFS as well. So let's try this up. So let's assume that we started from room 0. And so the first thing that we are going to do, we will insert this entry in the queue and mark this room as visited. So we'll maintain a visited set of visited indexes, and there we'll mark 0. And then what we are going to do, we'll add elements corresponding to all its children. So by children I mean 1 and 3. From 0 you can reach 1 and 3, so you'll add 1, 3 in the queue and remove this element. So this element got removed, and just move on to for the next iteration. In the next iteration, you pull out elements and you mark it as visited, and you insert all its children in the queue, provided they are not already visited. So 3 is not visited, so you insert it. 0 is already visited, so you skip it. And 1 is already visited, so you skip it. And then remove this element. Pull out element from the queue. We remove 3 and we mark it as visited. And from 3 you can go to 0. 0 already belongs to visited set, so you don't need to do any entry back, and this gets removed. And the next element that we have is again 3. 3 now belongs to the visited set, so you don't need to add any elements back again. The queue is exhausted, and once the queue is exhausted, we need to look at the size of the visited set. If it is equal to n, then we need to return true. That means we are able to visit each and every room. Otherwise, we have to return false. So without much ado, let's move on to the coding part. So the first thing that we are going to do is to define a set of integer that will store the room IDs. So visited room ID, and let's define a new hash set. The next statement would be the typical way of writing the BFS, defining a queue. New linked list. And let's add the 0th index to it. Also, let's update visited room IDs. Let's call it IDs with 0th index because we are visiting that room. And while queue is not empty, integer size equals to queue dot size, while size minus minus is greater than 0, you pull out the last visited room, integer head queue dot poll, and once that you have that ID, you will try and add all its corresponding children room IDs into your queue. Integer next room ID. And how can we get that information? Rooms.get head. Also, we need to be a little cautious here. We need to check whether that room ID was previously visited or not. Visited room IDs contains next room ID. If that is the case, then we need to skip it. Otherwise, we need to add it in the queue. So next room ID got added, and then we have, let's update the visited room IDs dot add next room ID. Sounds good. And once we are done with this iteration across all the possible rooms that we can visit, let's check whether rooms dot size, the total number of rooms that we have, is equal to the total number of visited room IDs that we were able to achieve. If that is the case, then it will automatically return true, otherwise it will return false. And let's try this up. Looks good, and let me just submit it. Accepted. The time complexity for solving this would be order of n square, and I would highly recommend you guys to try DFS way by yourself. It is also quite simple. Just give it a try so that you have a good practice of writing both the ways, BFS and DFS. Thanks for watching it. Hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to the channel.